and also evidence of what may be a cover-up in that federal gun-running sting that went horribly wrong. We are now learning that government officials tried to conceal connections between the gun that killed Border Agent Brian Terry and Operation Fast and Furious. We've got some new information on this for you today, folks. Leading lawmakers are demanding answers from the Justice Department. We will speak to one of them in just a little while. That's how we get started for this brand new hour of America's Newsroom, 10 o'clock on the East Coast on this Friday morning. I'm Martha McCallum.
I'm Bill Hemmer. Happy Friday to you.
Hello there, Bill.
And to you. Allegations of a cover-up only days after a big shakeup at the agency responsible for that botched covert mission. Congressman Darrell Issa, Senator Chuck Grassley say the Attorney General is not cooperating in their investigation.
And we're also learning that more firearms from Fast and Furious have now been showing up at violent crime scenes in Mexico. So this story is just getting bigger and bigger. And William Lajeunesse has been on it since the beginning. He joins us now from Los Angeles. Morning, William.
Well, Martha, there's actually three new developments to tell you about. Number one, contrary to earlier testimony, at least 3 White House officials were briefed about Operation Fast and Furious. While the president has said he knew nothing about this operation, we now have confirmation that his national security staff did. Secondly, the number of violent crimes committed with Fast and Furious guns is not 11, as the administration had previously admitted, but could be as high as 28. And finally, newly revealed documents suggest a cover-up by the U.S. Attorney's Office in an effort to conceal evidence that guns recovered from Brian Terry's murder scene belonged to this scandal. Now, why is this important? Number one, the U.S. Attorney's Office had claimed there was a lack of connection between the man who bought the weapons that killed Terry and the man who actually fired the shots. That, they said, in denying the family's right to be listed as a crime victim. Well, now, even the U.S. Attorney who made that decision says he was wrong. And secondly, investigators say the ATF could have arrested the straw buyer, Jaime Avila, before he bought the weapon that killed Brian Terry, but they chose not to. According to a letter from Congressman Darrell Issa and Senator Charles Grassley, they say that Assistant U.S. Attorney Emery Hurley tried to conceal the fact and apparently engaged in communications in the hours after his death that both contemplated the connection between the two and sought to prevent that connection from being disclosed. There are also accusations, Martha, that the U.S. Attorney's Office tried to stop ATF agents from stopping those guns going to Mexico, that they retaliated against some of the whistleblowers, and finally, even after this operation was apparently shut down, the ATF in Phoenix was trying to buy a .50 caliber weapon that they would have then represented and sold to the cartel representatives. Martha?
This just gets deeper and deeper all the time. William, thank you. You've laid it out really well for us, and we appreciate the update on the new developments on Fast and Furious.